everybody, my name is Bam, host for JPAN GT. I'm super excited to be here today with owners Max and Clay. They have some awesome classics behind me, as you guys can see. They specialize in Datsuns, and they're located in Auburn, Georgia. We drove down here, just want to check out their restoration of these amazing cars. They specialize in everything from J10, paint. They're owners of this property, and we're super excited to be here and just give you guys a tour. So I hope you guys are ready. We're gonna have some fun. Let's check out these classics.
We started in college. We're both, we're roommates, and we ended up buying a Datsun together, and that's kind of what got us started. And then we were buying and selling them, and then we expanded to working on them and hired a team to help us. The cars outside that we have, those are parts cars we bought from a large collection. They're really just a valuable resource in our restorations, and also people in the community that need parts, because they're getting a lot harder to find. We typically focus on factory restorations. That's just really kind of our passion. But we do custom work and modify them from time to time, just because it's really fun, and it's nice to have a challenge every once in a while. But we do typically like factory original stuff, just because the way Nissan made them, it was really pretty perfect.
How did you get into cars?
I got into cars and Datsuns especially through Max. Beforehand, I didn't know too much about classic cars, and then he talked me into buying a Datsun with him, and we grew pretty fast, and I started learning pretty rapidly about classic cars and Datsuns especially.
I would say my love with classic cars began when my dad bought a 1967 Mustang Fastback, and I was probably about 6 or 7. And so that's kind of where I started working on them. And then my friend in high school had a 280ZX Turbo, so that's what got me connected with Datsuns. And then I got myself a 240Z and just kind of went from there. The time it takes to restore one is kind of a tricky question, because it does vary based on what you want to do. With like a factory restoration, depending on how far you want to go, probably about 6 months. If it's more custom, you're probably talking 8 months to a year. And it varies widely based on the condition of the car when you first get it, and how far you want to go custom wise, or how original you want to go, because it can be difficult to source original parts. So it kind of varies from car to car, I guess I'd say. I'd say if I had to pick a favorite, it would probably be this green car behind me, just because the kind of store that we got it was pretty cool. I always saw on YouTube, and then through Tom Cotter and Haggerty, we ended up buying it, and just the collection it was a part of was also really cool, and how long it's been sitting, and the original patina was all just really, really awesome.
I gotta say my favorite car is probably the LS6 Datsun we have, just because it's cool to mix it up for once. We're always doing the factory spec Datsuns over and over. So to build one for ourselves with a American muscle engine is pretty cool to do. We picked it up as a roller, and we decided to build a personal car for our company, and we put an LS6 in it. This is a V8 engine, which will create a lot of horsepower for us. It's a fairly solid car. We plan to restore it, maybe paint it like a matte black or a nice silver, something like that. Pretty excited to work on it.
Here we have a 1972 Fair Lady Z. It's imported from Japan. It's a right-hand drive. This one is the sport model, so it has a little bit less features than like the luxury model. And since it's from Japan, it has a few different features than our US models. Like it's got a 2-liter engine, so 2.4, that's because of regulations. And it's got a rally clock and a couple of more little kind of neat features that the US spec cars didn't have.
So there's different regulations depending on where you purchase the vehicles from.
Yeah, like in Japan, their maximum engine size was you know, a 2-liter engine, so 2.0,
Gotcha.
and
Okay.
over here is 2.4.
Okay.
And they have a little bit different emblems and kind of some pretty neat features. So we really like to have these cars. They're really hard to find. So.
Yeah. I've looked into them a little bit too, and I was like, these are some really cool cars. Like, these are really cool. I was like, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Can we do this content?
Yeah, these are Black Pearls.
Okay,
They're
yeah,
like
Black Pearls.
a limited run.
Okay.
In 1978, they made yeah, it varies, but they say 1,200 to 1,500 black edition cars.
Okay.
They would give one to each dealership. Some would receive more than one for like a high volume dealership like
Yeah,
some in
so
California.
these are really.
These are the only factory black Z's from 70 to 78. You know,
Wow.
in 79 they introduced like the ZX black and gold. After the success of these, so these are really like the first test Nissan did of like a black sports car.
Right.
So
Beautiful. It's probably my favorite. One of my favorites on the lot.
yeah, they're
Like,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
that's really cool. I love it.
Yeah.
Imagine riding around that bad boy back in the day. All the girls be
Yeah.
like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, it's pretty expensive package.
As mentioned earlier, a lot of these cars came from the collection that we found with like 30 cars,
Right.
and we just use them for parts and body cuts and just little engine stuff that it helps us to find. You know, if we're working on a car, we can just come out here and find the part or use it as a reference.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people will need, you know, parts for their, you know, particular Z, like a really tiny part or something like that's not remade. So the only option is to kind of buy like a used part. So we kind of have these out, and then people can come by and you know, pick what they need. And it's been like a really valuable resource, you know. So here's some reproduction parts we're working on. I'm sure everybody knows these cars, you know, rust pretty badly. So, you know, as we get cars in, you know, we start to see where they kind of rust in the same spots, and really for our own help and also for the community, we're designing some parts that we'll be releasing fairly soon. Just some common rust areas, and these are all based off of like really clean examples, NOS parts, so the dimensions are really accurate. But we have a spare tire well for 70 to 75 or 70 to 76 Z's, and this is a tail light panel for 70 to 73 240 Z's. So these are panels that you'd use, you know, if it's really rusted and you want like a one-piece design instead of doing patchwork. It's a lot cleaner example. And then we also have floor pans for 70 to early 74 Z's. So these are a couple panels that we're making, but we plan on doing a lot more, and really a lot of sheet metal stuff, and also some overall just maintenance stuff like brake lines and you know, auto parts like that.
So guys, we're going to be doing a quick shift challenge, which is basically where I just ask you guys yes or no questions or one or the other, and you guys will each just say whichever that is. Patina build or wet and wax?
Patina.
Patina.
H pattern or paddle shift?
H pattern.
H pattern.
Running a business like you do is easy, yes or no?
No, but we enjoy it a lot, so it makes it easier.
No.
Okay. Cash, grass, or car parts?
Cash.
Yeah, cash.
Best co-driver, Joe Dirt or John Wick?
John Wick.
Joe Dirt is pretty cool.
Daily a Prius or break me off that bus pass?
I'd ride a bus.
Yeah. Ride a bus.
How can people find you on the internet and your social media?
It's Datsun Hunters is basically all our social media's like handle. We have an Instagram, a TikTok, and a small Twitter account. We also have a website that can be found at resurrectedclassics.net that has some of our cars and parts for sale on there. And we also have a Facebook at Resurrected Classics.
No.
So what's next for you guys' business adventure in the future with this company?
So I think what we plan on doing next is starting reproduction parts, newer parts. Really just kind of go through the whole car and make, you know, as many parts as we can. A lot of sheet metal parts and some other, you know, engine parts like that. But really start making newer parts because the amount of used parts is really becoming more scarce, and eventually it's going to dry up. And finding good condition parts that are still usable after this long of a time is really difficult. I think as you know, as Datsun are getting kind of more popular, I think as you know, this newest generation, younger people have more of a respect for import cars, and Datsuns especially. And I think Datsuns being popular kind of helps out all the other import cars and kind of brings it up to, you know, kind of like up to the stage front, really.
Hey everybody, I'm Bam. Thank you guys so much for being at home and watching this with us. You know, COVID has been hard on all of us, but we still want to come out here and take the time to show these amazing cars. These cars deserve to be seen. Thank you guys so much for allowing us to come out. You guys make sure to click the link below, subscribe to the channel, check them out on YouTube, check their website out. If you guys need some car parts for Datsuns, you know where to go. Once again, I'm Bam. Thank you guys so much again, and stay blessed and be safe. Hey everybody, my name is Bam, host for JPAN GT. Today we're going to be checking out some classic vehicles and checking out some restoration. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, restoration.
Restoration, because I'm trying to have no car fanatics come from my neck. Okay. Hey everybody, my name is Bam. We are here today at... okay.
Wait, hold on, give me 1 second.
Restoration. Why can't I say that damn word? Restoration.
I'm Max, I'm from Lawrenceville, Georgia.
I'm Clay, I'm from Gainesville, Georgia.
And we're
the
Datsun
owner.
Hunters.
Pick one.
I don't have to say that, just say it.
That's
so much easier. Alright. I'm Max, I'm from Lawrenceville, Georgia.
I'm Clay, I'm from Gainesville, Georgia.
And we are Datsun Hunters.
You said, I mean,
Well, I don't know.